Hey Techno Studs! We've been talking a lot about these OSPF packets and how they get sent out on these interfaces. The problem with that is it does eat up some resources and even more importantly, can present a bit of a security risk. So let's talk about how we can make a interface passive and not have these hello packets being sent out on them. When we set up OSPF on our networks, we use this network statement of 10.0.0.0 and /8 essentially is what that is. And what that does is it specifies both what networks are going to be sent out with its updates, but also which interfaces that's going to be sent out on. That becomes a little problematic. This layer 3 switch right here, we want these networks that's connected to it, all of these VLANs, we want that to be sent out and broadcasted out to the rest of the network so the rest of the network knows how to get to these VLANs. The problem is once again, that presents a little bit of a, well, number one, it uses up some resources because it's sending out into that network and then all of these devices are listening to that. And the second problem is that it presents a little bit of a security risk. And let me just show you what I mean here. I'm going to pull up Wireshark here, and I'm going to set up Ethernet. So I'm going to click on the Ethernet connection right here. And as we go through here, we see some spanning tree messages, and here we are. We see an OSPF message right here. Notice it's a multicast address 224.0.0.5. So what's going to happen is it's getting to this computer and this computer says, I don't need that, and gets rid of it. So it's eating up resources of this computer. Not a lot, but it is a little bit. But the second problem with this is it's also a piece of information that I can get. I know OSPF is running. I know that I could set up OSPF and start leveraging this for something that I want to do to the network, like gather information and figure out how, there's a lot of information in OSPF, so I can start figuring out what the network looks like and start attacking individual pieces of equipment that's out there. Or another thing I could do is I could just start participating. I could actually say, hey, I want to be a part of this OSPF area, and I then can insert bad information in there, and then traffic's going to start coming to me, or it's a denial of service attack. So either the traffic's not getting to where it's supposed to go, or it's being routed through me, and I've got this man in the middle of attack, so I can use this to the advantage. So since we've got this open, I might as well just open up and take a look at this. Open shortest path first. We see the OSPF header like we were talking about. So that's pretty cool. We see the hello packet in here. And so we can see some different information inside of the hello packet, the things that we had already discussed, such as the router priority, the router dead interval, and the hello interval. So we see that those pieces of information in there. Anyways, we don't want this. We don't want this to be sent out onto our network. And it's a pretty simple command to stop this from happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up that switch, and this is part of VLAN 10. So I'm going to get into VLAN 10. I'm going to go into global configuration mode and then interface VLAN, or excuse me, I actually am going to do router OSPF and our process ID of 10. And then I'm going to give the command passive -interface and VLAN 10. And we're going to hit enter there. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to look to see if we're still going to get those OSPF messages. So the last message I got right here is right here, and it should come in every 10 seconds. So all I need to wait is 10 seconds to see if it gets any more. And so far we're good. So now this simple command has cleared it up where I'm not getting those hello messages, those OSPF messages into the network. And we've waited at least a good 10 seconds now and we don't see that. So there you have it. That's how we do it. If I want to undo this command, I would just go in here and put no at the front of it. And as soon as we do that, we should start seeing the SPF messages pop up in here again. Or excuse me, not the SPF messages, but the OSPF messages. So That is, and there it is. So that is a command that you'll want to put in on your network so that way you're not sending out this traffic into your VLANs and into your networks you don't want this running on.